as promised, I said I would upload some resources to help you prepare if you're going to go on to do AS level music when you get to college. So this one is going to recap how to work out key signatures, major key signatures with sharps. If you already know that, then just skip this video and move on to the next one. Hopefully you can see the phrase on the board. We have Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Now you should recognise this phrase from GCSE. This is the order that the sharps would go on the stave for a key signature. So if the key had two sharps, for example, the first one is F, so F would go on the stave first, and the second one, Father Charles, has to be C, so that would go on the stave second. If there were three, Father Charles goes, so G would go on the stave third, and then down, D would go on the stave fourth. Now this is always the order for key signatures, major key signatures that have sharps in. This is always the order. So whenever you look at a key signature, the first sharp will always be F sharp. Okay, now that's really important because we need to know that information in order to work out what key we're in. So there are 3 steps to help you do that. Step 1 is simply, what are the sharps? So I'm going to use the key signature that I've already drawn on the stave. We have 4 sharps. What are the sharps? Well, we just look at our rhyme. Father Charles goes down. Therefore, the 4 sharps are F sharp, F for father, C sharp, C for Charles, G sharp, G for goes, and D sharp, which is D for down. Okay, so the 4 sharps in this key signature are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. Step 2, go to the last sharp. The last sharp. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, this key signature has got 4 sharps. The last one, the final one to be drawn on the stave, is this one here. So we know it's the last one that goes on the stave in that key signature. So, Father Charles goes down. Our last sharp in this key signature is D sharp. And then step 3, count up 1 semitone from the last sharp. Now we know the last sharp is D sharp. So, what's a semitone? Well, a semitone is the distance between any 2 notes on a keyboard that are next to each other, directly next to each other. So for example, C, oops, just turn my keyboard on, C, any minute now, C to C sharp is a semitone. C sharp to D is a semitone, okay? Sometimes there's not a black note in between the 2 white notes. So for example, between E and F on a keyboard, there's no black note. So the distance between E and F is a semitone. Okay, so it's any 2 notes that are next to each other on a keyboard. Now we are on D sharp. Okay, so here's D sharp. I need to count up 1 semitone to work out the name of my major key signature. So counting up 1 semitone from D sharp takes me to E. So therefore, my major key signature with 4 sharps has to be E major. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to do one more example in case it doesn't. And then I'd like you to have a go at task 1 if you want to consolidate this. If not, you can just move on to the next video. So, let's get rid of some of these sharps. I want to have a key signature, major key signature, with only 2 sharps. Okay, so I've got that now on my stave. So, step 1, what are the sharps? Well, there's only 2. We've got Father and Charles, because it has to go in that order. So my 2 sharps are F sharp and C sharp. Go to the last sharp. Well, the last sharp, there's only 2 now, remember. So the last sharp, Father Charles, is C sharp this time. And finally, count up 1 semitone from C sharp to find my major key signature with 2 sharps. Well, C sharp is here. I'm going to go up 1 semitone, which takes me to D. So the major key signature with 2 sharps on the stave is D major. Have a go at task 1 if you want to consolidate this. It does go further than 5 sharps, just so you get extra practice, but at AS level you would only need to go to 5 sharps.